So welcome to City of Troy preliminary budget hearing continued. City Council Chambers, October 10th, 2024. What comments? Okay, public hearing, preliminary budget fiscal year 24-25. So, there's questions, get them out. Thank you.
So what I did change on here, just to iterate, what pages? I don't know. I don't remember. But on the budget,
Yeah,
we talked about last time we needed to add $1,000 for the safety. So I took 500 from office supplies or something from
Advertising,
yeah,
advertising, 5 from something from works.
yes, something from the streets or parks or something.
Yeah.
I did that and moved that into the safety one. So that is updated on here.
And 3 of 13.
Is what's up here. I was gonna call him, but I forgot to. I copied them all and then I was like, well, I'm not gonna mark all of it. And then the other thing I did, I talked to Montana City, what is it, Montana League of Cities and Towns, whatever. And TJ, the ID that you had, she said the audit will not pass that. So
It's done
for when it was something for streets and
when we bought back when we
yeah.
so when
this
it's back
side-
to the budget.
yeah. You said no. So what I did was I took I talked to her about, she goes, do you have any upcoming increases, rate increases? I said, yeah, we do. She says, well, budget that in there and then that'll show a cash reserve. I said, okay, so I know it's 4,500, not a lot. The other one was there was a $1,203 or yeah, sorry, $12,003.35 or something like that check that was written for the water project, or at least that was of the big check. That was the part that was for the water project that was done in May or June that hadn't gotten the money back yet.
12,000.
So that's
gonna be reimbursed.
Yes,
Great.
yes. So that came out of water, but we've only reimbursed for it. So in essence, that's really
So
16,000.
that's just, yeah, there's 16,000 reserve.
Yeah,
Not much, but something.
yeah, it's, yeah.
So we can't use any of the sprinkling money for the backhoe that they use for plowing?
I just said that there was water was trying to set money aside for whatever the piece of equipment was, and she said if it was streets, you could do that, but you can't take money out of movie them. Okay, yeah.
But tobacco can be used for the streets, I guess, in essence. I think it's considered too, but you'd have to justify it at that time.
Yeah,
So,
That's what we did when we bought the back, or
Yeah.
justify it by pulling the percentage of tobacco was gonna be used.
yeah. And 25% is the most we can pull. So I didn't get that one.
So you can do it if it's allocated for street use,
Yes, when we,
so.
whenever they do it, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
If it's for the streets,
Yeah, well, it's for it'll be for the skid steers.
moving snow,
Yeah.
moving gravel, any of that kind of stuff.
Filling in potholes.
They,
The sidewalk, plow, whatever.
So,
I mean, when he runs out of fuel, we drive it down the street to go to the gas station. That counts. But this is the one. Okay. These trucks.
And then DJ, your note said something about here. Okay. So the cash report is there.
Yeah,
The statement of revenue to actuals for 2024 is there. Those are the first 3 pages. And then the expenditures to actual. is here. And as I spoke to her, well, Jody Rogers before when we were going for stuff, and I was talking about the budget amendments. The one for the statement of the expenditures to actual report, she said, pull that report. I don't care about it I just care about it at the fund level. And those funds, that's where you'll see what you're going to need to do your budget amendments on. That's what she told me. So the only 2 I can see at the moment are the health insurance and the emergency emergency.
so we were under budget on all other departments in 2024.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on this sheet. And she also said the amendment doesn't have to be done until I'm doing the close, which we'll do later. She'll work with me on later.
That was good, good job.
What's that?
Budget.
You talking about it?
There you go.
She's pointing at you.
What's the cash report and stuff?
Yeah.
I read these. Yeah, so that's why I was saying we are part of that. I think is that 12,000, and then I would have to look back and see. I don't know if there was any more that hasn't gotten in there, or if there was, a tax revenue that didn't come in, because I know June's taxes don't come in until July, so that revenue doesn't get.
And then right off the top, looks like that COPS grant. Correct? Is that if I'm reading that right?
Where? Sorry.
Under general, the 102,120,
Yes.
that's the 7,500 for the COPS grant.
Yes, and that's one
That's
that
for last year's, right?
right. Yeah, that's last year's. And that's one that I have a question on because there were JDs that had to be done and Tracy had them written out, but when I did them, yes, it turned things negative. And I was like, I don't think that's right. Adjust that.
So was there, out of the money that you found in the water for reserve, was there any leftover? Was there much left over from 2024 to one of this year's reserve?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I mean, if you're just talking about operating cash, I'm talking operating cash. I'm not talking
The future
everything.
reserve.
Yes, the future reserve stuff.
But that's partly because you have to pay off the grant, correct? You have to receive the check, right?
Yeah, and I'll do some of that. Yeah.
Okay.
You spend the money and then turn it in and get paid.
And get paid back. Yeah.
That's all.
This is really helpful. Okay. And seeing the future reserve stuff, I thought you were saying you didn't.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing in future reserves, like that.
No, sorry, never. I'm just talking about it because on the report I have to send to the state. They have a thing called the cash reserve, but it's just an operating. They just want to know what operating you have left to
To finish
work
out.
with. Yeah, yeah,
Basically.
yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, that's.
that was
Sounds
where
like-
I was in. Not on these other ones.
It's like, I have to look at that.
So go to sleep.
for next year for the 911 emergency dispatch fund. Obviously, it's not the same thing we don't have it here, but what will we be paying?
That is under the cops, and it's 25,000,
Okay.
which they have already filled. So.
We, and it fits in our budget.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better than
Yeah.
75,000.
Yeah. I'm just not sure what we're gonna propose. Shouldn't say that.
This guy.
You have a cemetery.
Can you say?
What do we have left in the cemetery?
Sure, zero on this one, there was money enough in that,
Yeah,
in that, what was donated to the,
I think it's 2,000.
oh, yeah. I think it wasn't like, did you get to spend any of that when you did the water up there? Remember when you went and put water in, that's where that money needed to come out of?
Yeah, we got, I think it was 5 frost trees and a couple of rolls of, I think, 3 rolls of the Tommy.
So that
So
came,
it wasn't more than $500-600, I don't think. It wasn't over $1,000.
so it'd be approximately 11,500, something like that.
No, I thought it went down like 8, so.
I don't think so, it went down now. And it's just, I'm pretty sure it was about 12,000 when Warren and I talked about doing frost trees.
Cool.
Then hopefully that'll help us out in this next go around this next year.
Yeah.
Not so quiet in here.
I hear some of the pages that have reading them. Mr. Erickson told me if I could learn how to fall asleep with my eyes open, it'd be no problem.
Instead of fall asleep, stand up.
Thank you for everything you did last night. Looking forward to this.
I'll try to do, but you can, we're done.
Why is that on Wednesday night? Why can't it be Thursday night when the guys are off on the automobile? Damn.
Yeah, listen to her.
She knows. I don't care who it is. It should be on.
Hey, yeah, I wish it was.
Things can go rusty.
I know.
So did you move the skid steer money out of the water?
No.
We're on.
Water utilities. Be nice and wearing, 20,000.
We're thinking,
I was gonna find it was water.
Page 8. Yeah, expenditure.
oh, I see. We're looking on the wrong section for the.
Repair and maintenance fund.
So do we want to allocate the gas tax 25% to the equipment? And take that and put it in our water reserve so that looks a little bit better than what it is.
And that's if we're using the skid steer on those.
Are you planning to do that this year?
No, it'll probably be next year.
Okay.
So 25, 26 before you get it?
Yeah,
Okay.
But can we do 25% each year?
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
can
I think we'll be able to.
I'm assuming we would be able to. If you're not planning on doing it.
Yeah, like I say, I was waiting until I got about 30 or 40 in there and
You have more skin in the game. Well, your percentage and then Clay's and you got two departments that have another percentage in there.
If he goes to the grant, I can't help.
Right.
So that's the kicker. If I'm tied to it, he can't get the grant.
So if we move that 25% of the gas tax. And then we wait till next year, do 25% gas tax again. Then you have. That money set aside for 2 years in there versus just 1 year. So I would think we would. Be better to move it this year and do a capital gains and where keep your 20,000 between the two. But it's just to make water look better to the state.
You gotta also, I think this gas tax part, really, there's not as much money as what it's showing, because there's some money that's coming out for the paving area. Is that what we're taking that part out of?
We did the paving already, right? Or are you looking at which one are you looking at?
So we had both the asphalt, fine asphalt.
That's come, that's.
They already have.
Oh, right.
It's all the streets that already been done.
Yeah.
12 games.
30,000.
Well, the change, you were up there about 13,000 now.
And then we, yeah, and then we had that last one, where'd that come out of? That should have come out of gas tax, right? It was what, 29? It should have came out of gas tax, I'm pretty sure.
And that was actually for last year. Yeah. Which one's for last year? I'm sorry.
3rd Street.
There was, yeah, the Third Street and stuff, all of that came out of last year's dollars. So they're not budgeted for. Yeah. So those aren't budgeted for. And I don't know that 12,000 that you're talking about for is.
That's what we did this week.
Right, no, I know, but I don't know if I have anything in streets for asphalt.
That was for the roads and streets on the gas tax. That's what we were using that money for.
That's what I was gonna say, if that's where it's gonna come out of, yeah,
That's where it did.
but I don't. We find it.
We didn't talk about that. I don't ever remember even hearing anything about paving.
Yeah, when it came up that we were gonna pave, we paved, Second Street, and that came out, and then we went to pave Third Street, and that's the plans of using the gas tax money
Yeah.
for paving the streets.
I remember.
Me too. I don't remember about it.
Voting on this one.
No, remember you guys ever voted on Third and Second Street, or, Second and Third Street either? There was no vote on it, it was just project being done, and we brought it in, you guys, and everybody was good with it, we went on with it. And that's the same thing we did with down here, is we brought it in. We told you guys about it, more told me about it too, and then we went on with it. To fix the streets, that's just part of it.
The farthing you have,
Yes.
taking along to see that happen, so we did that. And then the path is on Riverside, that was when we were gonna make that meeting, so that had to get on.
But there was never no votes on it. There's never been a vote on the streets. They got newer. I've been here in 7 years,
Yeah,
and that's counting the act. Going down the act, nobody ever voted on that. Just got done, and then it got done shitty and had to be redone.
yeah, I think even the chip code and stuff we used to do, like, well, even with Horde, Aaron, Dallas, all of them, I think they just want to get with DJ and
Yeah.
say, hey, I want to see this happen, and they, yeah.
Same thing we talked about doing some of the chip sealing on the roads. You were there with that. DJ was there with that. It was something that we're not going to do this year, so we never brought up to do it this year. Next year, if we decide that it needs to be done, you guys decide that it needs to be done, and that's what we'll bring up and say, hey, this is what we're going to do for the streets. But never, I do not remember in 7 years ever having a vote on the streets being paid or worked on.
I thought anything over 5,000 spent had to be voted and approved.
No,
No?
not on the streets. No. Once it's allocated for that, that's what it is, and that's what the gas tax is for, is for roads and streets. Will get spent on. If it's Skidster is something that we can use for the roads and streets out of it, I'm all for taking some money out of there for it. And I mean, we should have enough to at least get one more street done next year, and maybe some chip sealing. I know
So
we've
right
had-
now, gas apportionment coming in is 47,000 and we've got almost 30,000 budgeted to go out.
on the gas apportionment.
What other projects are scheduled for that 30,000?
That's for salaries, for machinery and equipment, tires, the insurance.
That's coming up for our snow season. That amount of money is gonna get laid in if we have any kind of snowfall.
Yeah.
Now, if we have snowfall like we did the last few years, we're going,
Yeah, just what we've had, like, nothing,
right? But you remember the year before that when we had snow continuous, you guys were out there busy the whole time and eat that up in no time.
yes, so it's ready for an easy winter.
Yeah.
No one works on that less kind of stuff. Yeah. Need snow.
I know this year we added the sidewalks repair and maintenance to it for $10,000, but like I was saying, when I asked to add this, it was because of the sidewalks that we do have out here. It's really falling apart. We can get landowners to come up money for
Oh, yeah, and
money for the asphalt. I mean, these guys do all that.
yeah, I didn't take that, I was just looking at the road and street work, so yeah, with the 10,000, it was 40,000. What did it out, 47,000.
Okay. So I mean that the sidewalk repair maintenance line item was never there.
Yeah, that's good.
So does that budget, what you're saying, the 40,000 include what was done this week?
No.
No,
That's not. That's not part of what we did for the paving. The paving is the gas tax down here. There's this 134,779. That's where that comes out of. But there's already money that's out of it, and there's what did you say DJ was on that for the asphalt?
Right around 13.
So $13,000 left.
yeah,
Well, then,
that, yeah.
you haven't seen the bill, no.
But we need to approve this budget before we start spending money.
Right, we've been paying bills.
Okay.
And don't we need to?
You're supposed to be able to continue for some time, but again, don't get this done. We are not gonna get any taxes.
Yeah, yeah, we can't.
So,
That's gonna run. Everybody's been voting okay in expenditures. You're not gonna throw that number out, you agree, yeah? No, I mean, that's, no. Would appreciate that.
Yeah, and that one,
Well,
because I don't know where that one came from, because there was one that I was told was not gonna be, we weren't gonna get it. I think we got this because we knew we were doing those pavings on those other streets. And so,
So that's where the paving.
yeah. And we weren't planning to do any major street not repair, paving again to budget that, to put that in that line. And like I say, one of those, they said they were just adding it to the regular gas tax, not having it as a separate one.
Yeah. Hey Chuck, when you were looking at on page 6 and 13, the 134,000 you were saying. Is the sprinkler noise factored into that one item also or not?
no, this is.
Because
Yeah,
gas-
oil is up here. What is it?
Right, it's the one right above it. I was
490.
like special road street allocation program, so I just wondered if it rolled down into that, any total.
No, this is, was, from what I understand, this gas tax is for roads and streets. And that's what I've been explaining to from Tracy, when Tracy was telling me about the money and what it was used for, and that's when we came up with doing, get Second Street done. And we came up with Third Street, and if we got the money there, we keep on going on the streets and we can. And that's it,
We put this in as capital improvement program. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was another program that we got money from the state. That's right.
But yeah, it strictly is what I was, this was brought to me, it was to fix the streets that we have in town that are bad, and that's what we went for, is to first, the ones that get missed traffic. Yeah, this one, that one, that's why we talked about the next one would be, Fourth Street, some patchwork on Sixth Street, if we could get it, and the reason we haven't then even thought of First Street a whole lot, is because like Ward said, there were old mains there. We talked about doing it by the film, talked about by the school multiple times down at Rockland. And that was all doing old main down there. No use of pavement, and then have to bring it all back up again. Once we have the money to rip it up, fix them, we have money to pay it, hopefully at that time.
Should look and see if do any flexi line. So it'll be a lot cheaper. Yeah.
That was definitely one of the ones that we just been discussed, and I know you brought that up too. But that's, again, there's no money in his department to do anything like that.
I understand what I was saying.
What in the future,
Probably be a lot cheaper than digging a whole thing up.
if we can get away with it.
Yeah.
Maybe just standard, so.
No, that's a sketch on span.
One by One of the places, is you get rid of the highway to do that. So,
Yeah.
You could probably do the box
no,
during time of the valve.
yeah,
Yeah, I gotta make valve connections up to make the connections, but
yeah, so we have to redo services or recount services or whatever.
but it's a lot better than digging the whole thing.
That would be great if we could get away with that, and do that. But still, we gotta wait until we know we have money to do that, we can do that before we pay.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the next year, maybe 2, we'll think, you could just kind of leave the water department alone, let it heal without, and do some stuff later when we catch up.
Yep. Or if some major grant comes across and help us out on it, that's where any of this infrastructure stuff would get, for major projects, it's the grant money. Yeah, you're having mining, forestry back on again, oh, God, I heard we have to let some put money.
You're wrong. So we were showing.
Yeah, that's.
Stop you.
No, no,
So are we gonna use sprinkling all, sprinkling for any of the paving or anything, or not?
I think it's all allocated for snow removal right now.
yeah, that's what we're seeing is,
Cleared up with that.
yeah. Definitely, if we end up with as much moisture this year and we have any cold spells that they're talking about, there's gonna be a lot of snow out there.
I'm the hard winter, but
Yeah.
planning, you know.
Yeah. So cold and- But if we come out of it, and there's still money left over, that's gonna be great, then then you can't show about it, it's fine. You don't know when it goes until March or April, well, till the.
If I never shoot from cow.
Yeah.
If you once tell me that you can have.
So I think he did a pretty good job of working on it. I think we're gonna run up what we have. We'll work on it again next year. It should get right on the field. So
The cities can do it, but just.
Ranking a lot of
that's everybody's hoping. That's true. When you deplete a fund, that's what you're hoping for.
It's all like.
Yeah, I guess that's what structure.
Same thing as.
Yeah. With.
A little bit, but.
With my house.
I mean, I feel like. Well, but.
Simply, yeah.
It's got a second case.
So.
Yeah, that's the thing, your locations there, man, one was the pace.
Sure. 2 hours. Okay.
Cause that's like, I had to wait up sunrise and then sunset and sun off bottom for the seven.
And then
Well, Ward already told them to on that one, is not to be putting any services underground.
yeah, I told him, you're talking with yes.
Yeah, unless you even hear some up like that. Or this, so many paperwork to attach to the poles around that. Okay, well, if it's okay, you'll get a pole back.
Thanks, you, so you just can't.
Hold it. Contract.
Yeah.
It's actually here.
I just wanted to know about the reserve. We were talking. They were
What's
talking about the whole girls.
faster?
Stuff, yeah. Reserve stuff.
Oh, I think doing a job, I think you need to move forward. You got 2 things.
Yeah, I think we're still.
Okay,
No,
so moving on, guess I'll have my ask for a motion to accept the preliminary budget of fiscal year 24-25.
I'll make a motion to accept the preliminary budget for fiscal year 24-25.
Shauna makes a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds, all in favor? Unanimous. Okay, Public comment, any public comments? Comments, okay, I'm gonna ask for a motion to adjourn. One motion. Scott motions, do I have a second?
Second.
TJ seconds, all in favor? Unanimous.
On that, so we are closing the hearing
Closing the hearing, yeah.
so that we can move forward to the, or the, whatever, the final.
Setting the mills.
Yeah. That one.
The final budget approval.
Do we need another sign sheet?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Oh,
That's
no, you don't want to. Yeah, around here. Was that up?
Thank you, sir.
Zero.
You remember?
That one?
Yeah. Use the accent. Use the accent. Piece of basic process, you know, the city. The sentence. So that's. Trying to